praises, honor, and glory to the
There's
a name who the word called God is Jesus Christ. In the Hebrew language, we like to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of great millstones GMS. Salutations to the hopeful that's running out there, pushing the word in sincerity and in truth, man. I risking their lives and their food to do so. Of course, those men, women, and children that sincerely believe in Yahawashi, Yahawashi, would like to say peace and blessings upon you and the Holy Spirit that was not God. The spirit that moves us to the upside of the downfall of America, and the spirit that woke us up to who we truly are, man. The so-called black Native American, those are the Lord. We live like to the Bible. That's when we come out here to confess that salvation, the salvation that you speak of, that's mentioned in the Bible, that salvation only pertains to one nation and one race of people.
I don't see it on my
side.
Oh, here it is.
And it was always meant for the Israelites.
Yeah, we good.
Right?
Yeah, we got
So
it.
with that, let me get
It's a little far.
You next to Yeshaya, I'm gonna be over there by how long?
There you go.
Romans chapter 13 and verse 11 says, and that knowing the time, that now is the high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. Romans chapter 13 and verse 11 says, and that knowing the time, that now is the high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. So that the salvation of the Bible is nearer than when we all believe. Right? It's nearer than we all believe. So what? Now is high time to wake out of sleep. Wake up from the distractions and the illusion that this place has to offer. Because if you're blinded, if you're not open up to the prophecies, the signs and the times of the prophets, then you're considered sleep. Right? So you just had the memorial of the blowing of the trumpet, the high holy day of the Israelites, right? That high holy day is about what? It's about blowing the trumpet. And you have many sounds of the trumpet, right? You have sounds to let people know that there's a high holy day coming into the nation. You have signs of warning. You have signs of peace. And then you also have sounds to give people warning, right? That's what the memorial of the trumpet is about. But Yahawashi being the trumpet, being the ox, you know anything about the Hebrew character, the ox is an ox head. And the ox has what on his head? He has the horn. Right? And Yahawashi is that horn of salvation that gives us the warning to call the people, man. Right?
This is Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 19. It says, my bowels, I am pain at my very heart. My heart maketh a noise in you. I cannot hold my peace, because thou hast heard, oh my soul, the sound of the trumpet, the alarm of war.
So, yeah. See, and that goes to show you the proof that there's many sounds of the trumpet, right? And the sound that we're blowing is the sound of the trumpet, the alarm of war. To tell you that pending danger is coming, man. Right? Pending danger. Pending danger is coming. First and foremost, you have what? Mark the law, give the trouble. That's around the corner, man. Right? You have the pending danger of the mark of the beast. Right? Because that's here on the scene, man. And it only takes one event for Esau, even the so-called white man, to implement that, man, throughout the whole world. Just like how he did for the C-19, man. Also, you have the sound of the trumpet, the long war, to let my people know of what? Of World War III, man. Right? That's another pending danger that's coming. Right? And we're only able to do that because of what? Hamashiach Yahawashi. Right? The chief warrant that allows us to call the people and let our people know about prophecy. This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 14 and verse 8. For if the trumpet give an uncertain sound, who shall prepare himself to the battle? See, if the trumpet gives an uncertain sound, who shall prepare themselves for the battle? Because you do have men that's blowing the trumpet, but it's not the right sound. Right? It's not the right sound. It's not the right sound, and it's out of season, man. Because if you're blowing the trumpet to let the people know that there's time of mirth, you know, it's a time to be happy and party spirit. When actually pending danger around the corner, that's an uncertain sound right there. You blowing the trumpet for the wrong reason, and
it's out of season.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be aware of what season and what time we're in.
This is Ecclesiastes, this is Sirach chapter 22, verse 6. A tale out of season is as music in mourning. Read that again. Sirach 22 and 6. A tale out of season is as music in mourning. The stripes and corrections of wisdom are never out of time. Right? So a tale out of season is like music in mourning. Why? Because if you have a funeral, right? Let's say you go to a funeral and all of a sudden they're bumping some like fun music shit.
Yeah.
It's a party time type music. And you can be like, hey, what the hell are we doing? Alright? Normally when you go to a wake or a funeral, it's like if there's any music at all, it's usually some sad, saxophone.
Yeah. Somber type. Yeah.
All type of rock. It's a beauty state of mourning and you're trying to you really ponder, right? You think the scripture tells you how to mourning is where you actually start to ponder about life. Right? That's when you start, when people, when is it when people say, well, hey, hey man, live life to the fullest, love the people that love you and all what? Because usually somebody dies. When somebody dies, all of a sudden people, they realize everything like a bit. And basically what it is right now, the spirit is that we're telling, the spirit on down by some side, it's like, yo, let's come out here and take our people from Negro specs and their purpose. Yo, don't take this for granted. Because the doors of Babylon the Great, aka the United States, are closing. And the thing is, it's so obvious. Like, you don't have to do a whole lot of super explaining. Like, a lot of the super explaining that you did 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago was because a lot of these prophecies had to take place. Like, America is so bad of a shape where even the delusional Babylonians can roll up with the delusion. They talk about it, take all these different avenues. They acknowledging that the house of our respect. They acknowledging that the average Babylonian cannot afford a house. Do you understand what that means? Being able to afford a house is always an integral part of what? The American dream. Having a family was always an integral part of the American dream. These people have acknowledged that they won't have a house. They've acknowledged that they will have family life. And this is the most single people we've ever had in the history of America. Meaning, this is a time where you have the highest level of men and women single in the history of America. And guess what happens? You have the lowest birth rate. So you have all the signs that are showing what the downfall of an empire. So now it's high time to awake out of sleep. That's what we said. All right?
It's Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 1. It says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to be planted, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up.
Yeah, and the scriptures know that there's a time and a place for everything. Right? But if you're blowing the trumpet and it's out of season, then what? The people are not going to be truly warned. Here it is. You can't go like the example that Raj mentioned. You can't play music of mirth in a funeral. You can't have sexy red playing and young thug playing in a funeral. And the music, the proper music that's supposed to be played in a funeral is music that allows you to remember, right? That allows you to reminisce certain events and certain situations. That's kind of like the situation that we're in right now. The sound that we're given to let our people know to get their faith right, right? To get familiar with Yahawashi and to call upon those names, so that they can be saved from the pending danger that's coming. To get saved out of the fire that's coming, to hit this place. Because that's the new way that the Lord is going to destroy this current world. It's by the way of thermonuclear missiles. And if your faith not right, if you wasn't familiar with the sound that was playing, then you're going to be out of course. You're not going to be safe.
Right? judgment of Heavenly Father, the wrath of Yahawashi shines according to the scriptures. All right, you go into the law. What's the judgment for a whore, an adulterous whore? It should be burned by fire. All right. So the United States of America, known in the Bible, in the book of Revelation 17, and also keep the law on our because the downfall, the way America's going out, is by what? It's by nuclear missiles, by fire. Well, that's also a way that two-thirds, a lot of Israelites will blow up. Well, a lot of Israelites have been playing whores. All right? They've been playing whores. Don't you know how? Idolatry. All right? Idolatry. Idol worship. So when you commit idol worship as an Israelite, so-called Negroes, Spanish, and American, call yourself a Muslim, talking about Christianity, all these different things, you playing a whore. You playing a whore just like Babylon. So therefore, you must face the judgment of an adulterous whore. That's the law.
This is the book of Leviticus chapter 21 and verse 9. And the daughter of any priest, if she profane herself, and the daughter of any priest.
Well, aren't we a nation of priests and kings? So don't sit there and be like, well, that's what we're talking about, the daughter of priests. Now, we're a nation of priests and kings. All right? And the scripture tells us that our women in the last day will be harlots in the streets. And are women harlots in the streets? Because you got guys talking about, well, yeah, you know, women, you're not supposed to, deal with harlots. I'm like, man, you show me a woman that's not a harlot. I'm like, do you understand what a harlot is? A harlot is, like every transaction, if you have to be with a woman sexually on any type of level, if you have to make a transaction to lay with that woman, that is prostitution. Just an example. Let's say two ladies. Let's say you gave her $100 and you lay with her. She's a prostitute. Let's say you decided that, you know what, I'm gonna go to dinner and I'm gonna give the $100 to the third party for the restaurant so we can later on have sex. It's still, you just took the long route. You just took the long route. But all these women are harlots. All right, because how are you supposed to get a wife? It's something that's called courting.
Yeah.
Meaning you're supposed to speak to her parents. If you did not approach her parents and her family, what you're doing, what people call dating, is what? Dating, and I talk to you about dating is what? It's modern day prostitution. So these women are not women that you're courting. You are engaged in what? In harlotry. All right? So that's the reason why our women are harlots. Now, is it natural? No. Just like it's not natural for us to be slaves. There's a whole lot of unnatural shit that's going down. That's the reason why we out here in the highways and the hedges. So that the Lord can bring us back to our formula state and even greater than that.
This Revelation. This is the book of Leviticus chapter 21 and verse 9. And the daughter of any priest, if she profane herself by playing the whore, she profaneth her father. She shall be burnt with fire.
And who's the chief priest in Israel? Who's the chief priest in Israel? It's Yahawashi. It tells you that in Hebrew, right? It tells you that in Hebrew that Yahawashi is the chief priest. He's the one that got the answer what? That second room in the what? If you know about Israel, one of our customs in the priesthood is like there's a first room and there's a second room. All right? That's what the Holy of Holies. All right? The average priest will be able to enter into the third room, but only the chief priest will enter into the second room, the Holy of Holies. And the scripture tells you that Yahawashi is the chief priest, although he's not from the tribe of Levi. Why? Because under the order of Melchizedek, Hebrews the 7th chapter, under the order of Melchizedek, guess what? All the men of Israel, regardless of tribe, are priests. All right? So therefore, our women being harlots, they're gonna be burned. But on a higher level, the men of Israel, being harlots in the spirit, are gonna be burned by fire. And then we live in a land that's called what? Revelation, Babylon, the whore. Look it up.
This is Revelation chapter 17 and verse 1. This is Revelation 17 and 1. It says, and there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials, with me, saying unto me, come hither. I will show unto thee the judgments of the great war.
That's right. The vowels are seals. Right? You are the seals of understanding. But those seals are being opened. Why are the seals open? It tells you in Revelation the 5th chapter that what? The seals were closed until what? Until what? The Lion of Judah. Yahawashi, whom the world has ignorantly known and called Jesus Christ. His name is Yahawashi. When he went up into the heavens, that's when the seals were open. The understanding of the prophecy, the last days were open. Thus now we can go into the book of Revelation and understand the scriptures. Right.
Verse 17, Revelation 17 and 1 again says, and there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither. I will show unto thee the judgments of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters.
Right. The great whore is talking about the United States of America that sitteth upon many waters. The waters intelligence and get Revelation 15, 16. The waters of
Revelation chapter 17, verse 15.
Right, let's find out what the big sheep of the waters are.
And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are people, and multitudes,
right,
and nations,
that's right,
and tongues.
That's right, because the United States has a combination of all 18 nations represented right here. All right? The Heavenly Father created 18 nations, including Israel, and all nations are represented here in the United States. Why? Because the United States is kind of opposite of the pseudo, right? On the flip side of what was known, what we've known in Genesis and what? As Eden. All right? The garden in Eden is the planet Earth. And in the planet Earth, the garden of Eden is the Middle East. It's the land of Israel. Now, the pseudo, the opposite of the Garden of Eden, is the United States of America. Why? Because in the Garden of Eden, guess what? The scripture tells you about a multitude of family trees, right? It talks about a multitude of trees planted in the garden. As we know, those trees were families, meaning what? Different nationalities. Okay? Different nationalities were living in the Garden of Eden. So guess what? That's how it started. So how is it going to end? It's going to end in the land on the opposite side of the earth, the opposite side of the Garden of Eden. With what? Different nationalities living in that land. That's the reason why the souls that lived back then during the time of Genesis are the same souls that live right now during the time of Revelation. All right?
It's Psalms chapter 1 and verse 1. The point is in verse 3. Right. It says, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. Verse 3. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of waters, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. Right. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper.
Look, so right there, it links the tree to a man's seed, his family, his descendants. Life is descendants. So now let's go back to
Revelation 17 and
Revelation chapter 17, 15. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues.
right, in tongues, multiple languages. Right.
Verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore.
Yes.
Revelation 17 and 1 again. And there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials, and talked with me.
The seven angels. Why? Because the seven angels, of course, seven meaning completion, but also understanding that in the rank of archangels, seven. Now, though we know the main four, right? We know the main four, but you have to understand that those are the main four. Ultimately, the seven of them, right? Say it again.
Right.
Hey, man. Yo, listen, that would not happen. Yo, like 15, bro. I know this over 10 years ago, man. I've been in this thing for 20 years. That was not happening. Back then, it was like, oh, y'all motherfuckers, man. What's wrong with y'all niggas? Like, you know, people talking like, get a job, nigga. Now it's stormed outside of the, oh, you see how he screamed? You know what that is? That's the man that wants freedom. That's the man that wants freedom. That's the sound. That's right, man. That's what I made the title, The Drugs and Liberation. That's the man that wants freedom. When you realize you've been a slave this whole time, you've been lied to, you've been deceived. That's what gets what? You want freedom. All right? We're not women. Right? We're not women. Women assimilate. Men, we have to have our own shit. We have to have our own shit. We don't just assimilate because we got taken over. Yeah, the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of, he took over. Let's just assimilate. No. The scripture said there's no peace until the wicked. Because we try to assimilate. What do we have? We have three types. You got street niggas, fucking gremlins. Then on the other side, you got Uncle Tom niggas. But you got Sambos. You got Sambo niggas talking about the best thing that ever happened to us was white people.
Oh man.
Right? And then in between, guess you got what you got? You got the militant brother who's still gonna sell out like that Black Panther shit. So those are the three types of Israelites that you have. The street gremlin, the creature of Esau, of destruction, out of the black woman's womb, and that's just the black woman, the Israelite woman's womb. On the flip side, you got the same boat that tells you that the white man is the best thing that happened to us. And in the middle, you have the revolutionary brother that talks about consciousness and Egypt and all this bullshit, but there's nothing. All you gotta do is put some money, you know, with a purse. Like, and he'll talk that revolutionary shit until he dies. But he ain't gonna do shit about it.
Nah.
He ain't gonna do shit about it. He's just gonna be out here getting the blue, stepping and shit. He's gonna fight the power.
Yeah.
Fight the power.
Grifter.
Hey, Grifter.
Yeah.
Professor Griffin, you think Professor Griffin wants to capture on the East Fight? Nah, but Professor Griffin cool talking about knowledge all fucking day. Yo, you can talk about knowledge all day, but I tell you what, knowledge without power is nothing. Knowledge without power is nothing. It's just words. So when we speak here, we speak knowledge. We speak with knowledge of the power.
Power.
All right?
Isaiah chapter 51 and verse 14. It says the captain exile hasteneth that he may be loose, and that he should not.
Play the camera. That's what assimilation looks like. Look at that.
Yeah.
With the fucking small ass shorts. Looking all spooty as fuck. See, he doesn't want to be around. You saw that?
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be around the criminals in the streets. So let me be with the Edomites. And wear small ass fucking shorts with this goddamn. He tells us like those are our houses. Now us, you know where we probably fall, right? If we went to the truth, we probably fall with the militant Negro. Right? With the boots on and, you know, acting like we really fighting Esau when the whole time we was talking. Like the guns and shit, talking about fighting the power. You walking around with that militant shit, you know, having a whole bunch of X's on our neck. You know what I'm saying? A lot of X. Stop X. You know, Cornell X, all these X and shit. Just sitting there, like, yeah, he's fighting the power. Fuck that shit.
This is Isaiah 51 and 14 in the NLT. It says, soon all you captives will be released. Imprisonment, starvation, and death will not be your fate. You did. And that's what we hasten. We hasten so that the captives will be released. And then there's only one man that can do that, because the Bible talks about, you know, these different people of the conscious community that try to proclaim freedom for our people, but it's only one man that can truly free us.
That's right.
And that man is Yahawashi.
That's right.
He said that in the prophet. No man shall buy you. You read that in a different translation, and literally means no man shall save you. You know? So there's only one man that can release us from this captivity.
Well, Jeremiah, give me Jeremiah 31. Because like the brother mentioned, the bind right there is the reason why it's using bind. Yeah, The reason why it's saying bonding is because the nation of Israel is being held captive and hostage. If you know anything about being a hostage, what's the word that's used for your freedom to be lost? What?
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 11.
Right.
And it says, for the Lord have redeemed Jacob,
Right.
and ransomed him.
And ransom. The reason why you use the word ransom is because you're dealing with hostage. Alright? The so-called black man is a hostage. Alright? We're hostages. The so-called Spanish or native Israelite, we're hostages. That's the reason why that word ransom is being used.
It says, for the Lord have redeemed Jacob and ransomed him for the hand of him that was stronger than he.
Right, so the fact is that Esau's stronger than us. Now we know individually Esau's not. But this was never an individual thing. Because if it was, the whole nation would be in captivity. Even when we got out of Egypt. Listen, the Lord had us toiling around for 4 years. Don't be foolish. The whole nation wasn't going off and not believing in Moses. You had a decent amount that believed in Moses. But it was, guess what? It was not Moses. So we've been dragged along with these fucking 2/3, right? And getting our asses handed to us because what? The majority has been going on. So if this thing was about individuals, then come on, man. But now, towards the end, the Heavenly Father and Heavenly Father decided with His mercy to deal with us in an individual basis. Just having a collection of many women and children that truly believe, and He's now going to destroy the whole nation, right? Because the majority of the nation is going on. Right?
Hebrews chapter 3 and verse 8.
Now you get to this level, bro, like I wasn't even looking at that bitch. And I felt.
Hebrews chapter 3 and verse 8. It says, harden not your heart as in the provocation, in the day of temptation in the wilderness.
Fight for the freedom of your people. And then you got your own woman looking at you shaking her head. Man, but it's like, I mean, like I said, listen, women are what they are, right? So, here today, I'm not really upset like that, because if you to be upset like that, I mean, it's upsetting, but it's not super upsetting because women are women. They're similar, right? So a woman will always commit tweets, like, a woman will always commit tweets if you do. So, I'm not really going to be mad at the Israelite woman. You know what? Watch what the Edomite woman is going to do when we take over. You're going to be like, you're going to be sitting in your throne. You're going to have all these Edomite women washing your feet. Right? Right now they're looking down on you. All these badass Edomite women, they're looking down on you. They say, fuck niggas and all that. I would never let the Israelite people society. Right? You got Israelites like that. They're like, yo, I would never let an Israelite touch that so-called black man and Spanish. But then when we take over and kill that man and slave him, watch what she gonna do. Watch what she gonna do. She gonna lick their toes. Come on, man. Absolutely. So, don't be getting mad at hyperbole, like you said. Hyperbole is what it is. Hyperbole is only as body as hyperbole is not doing anything. Women are supposed to want the best. Don't get mad at women for wanting the best.
Yeah, wanting
the
power.
Thing is, just don't lose.
Yeah.
If you lose, you're gonna hate it. All right?
The book of Romans chapter 9, verse 6. It says, not as though the word of the Most High have taken none effect, for they are not all Israel, which are of Israel.
Right? They fight some out. I don't know. Y'all feel like it's hate. You feel like you can look at me?
Look like a little boy or something.
That's the OJ Simpson shit. Yeah, like, cause you know, if you're trying to incorporate yourself in society for the longest, you couldn't have a beard. I mean, like I said, I came up in a time where having a beard was frowned upon. Only niggas in Philly were allowed to have a beard. You know what I'm saying? I remember you at that time. Like, yeah, a beard, you couldn't get a job with a beard. You know how many jobs, brothers was jobless for a long time in the street, right? And now all of a sudden, and even the women, now the women don't even look at you.
Yeah.
The women look at, well, that's next to nigga.
The connect.
I'm like, bitch, 15 years ago, you looked at me like I was a crazy, a madman for growing a beard. Now you out here looking at my, is their beard connecting? You know, in this society is so yeah, man. Now everybody got a beard, you know? Everybody. Israelite man, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got a beard. Even the faggots are getting a beard.
Oh, man.
You don't see these goddamn faggots, look at them. 20 ass, and they got beards longer than you.
Yeah, that's
Their
crazy.
beards are connected.
But I was like, I want to do it, but I want to take my headphones off and do the side.
It's the book of Romans chapter 9, verse 6. And it says, not as
It's
though
so
the word
effeminate.
of God have taken on effect, for they are not all Israel, which are of Israel.
Yeah, man. Maybe you understand.
Yeah, and if you go back to the point that you have made earlier, man, that Israel being in the wilderness, man, back then, the Lord didn't deliver all of Israel, you know? But this time, the Lord, like you said, the Lord is dealing with Israel on an individual basis. And the ones that the Lord is dealing with, you know, collectively, that's Israel. The ones that's not getting it right now, those are black women, and those are destroyers and killers and murderers. Those are not of the, that's not Israel. Those are niggas. It's separate nations.
Yeah, because really all the wicked women of Israel, they just worse. The Judite woman leads all of them destruction. You know, she's the worst of the worst. But in the kingdom, she's going to be the best of the best. It's one of those things, man, like, you know, the first time and last type thing. Like, right now, you have a much better time dealing with the northern women, the northern tribe. They're demons as well. They're highly adulterous. They're a lot less combative, but they're highly adulterous in the northern tribe. But, you know, the problem with the black woman is not only is she highly adulterous, she's combative about it, right? So you know, it is what it is. You know, we understand it because the Israelite, the black woman feeds off what? The so-called black women, who that Benjamin and the black women, they feed off the men of the southern tribe. They feed off of us. They feed off, we talk about the land people. Like, they feed off of the way we deal with the Lord. All right? So they're not going to get right until we get it. So therefore, they're not our number one problem. We talk about it. We're not going to shy away from blasting women. Because guess what? The law, statutes, commandments was given to the Israelite man. The law, statutes, commandments just applies to the Israelite man. It applies to the Israelite nation. Right? So we don't get on time to time, but we know they're not the primary reason why we're in the situation. Because if all the Israelite men were righteous, but the Israelite women were wicked, we still wouldn't go to slavery. Think about that. That's the importance of the Israelite man being righteous. Because if Israelite men were righteous, but our women were wicked, our nation would not go to slavery. Because the Israelite woman's life doesn't matter that much. That's why we don't put all the blame on them. Right? Good.
Hosea 4:6 says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, right? Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. Right. That thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power.
Yeah, because the thing about blaming women, if you blame women at a level that high, it's almost as if you believe that women are equal.
Yeah.
You can't say, well, a woman is not equal to a man, but then you put the same blame.
Yeah, same standard.
The woman is what? The woman is just a level above a child. And we know women, for the most part, are children with us. So if that's the case, that means what? What do you think about children? Lack of accountability, running away from consequences, responsibility. So if you know that, so you get upset. Yeah, man, we dealing with a flock of my pastor. Men, there's a reason why we was given testicles and a penis, a penetration. All right? And those testicles, there's two of them as what? Two of them is what? Why? To just balance the light and the darkness. The Lord, the Heavenly Father just didn't give us members just because. These things are linked and understanding. Because what happens with the penis? The penis like a sword. We get on Hebrews The penis is like a sword. What does a sword do? It cuts. And what is cutting? The word cutting goes back to dividing. You know what another word for dividing is? It's called dealing. If you look up the word deal, the word deal goes back to cutting, dividing, judgment.
That's where you get the two sets. Sets goes back to the number 6, which means the cut. That's why I said that means his number was 666, meaning the cutting.
Absolutely. And when you do that, you're cutting the bullshit with reality. That's why when Solomon was put in that trial, one of the most famous trials was the woman that stole her child had died. And then the woman was like, well, yeah, you know what, you cut the child in half. Well, Solomon used the proper sword and said, well, because if you love that child, you live on. You know what I'm saying? Because why? Cut the child in half, that's torture for your child. Nobody who has a child would want torture, right? If I can't have him, nobody had like so he split in half. Like, she wanted him to split the baby in half. But he actually split what? He split with rationale. She wanted to split with emotions. So that's what the Israelite men is meant with what? With rational. You know, we have what these idiots don't call emotional intelligence. Guess what emotional intelligence is? Rationale. That's what it means to be emotionally intelligent. That means you're rational in your decisions. This world, man, bunch of man. That's why I'm telling you not to listen to the world, man. Their fancy speech and shit. Talk about your truth. That's your truth. What the fuck you talking about, man? Yeah. The sky's blue. Yeah, that's your truth. And you got men saying that bullshit, man. I be wanting to call these niggas out of my job, but the spirit is telling me, man, don't do it. Yeah, that's your truth. God.
This is Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. For the word of Yahweh is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword.
That's right.
Piercing.
Yeah.
What is piercing?
Penetration.
So when you like I said, having sex with a woman is more than just sex. It's a link.
What are your thoughts on interracial?
Say what? Huh?
He said, what's your thoughts on the race?
There's nothing wrong with that, man. What's the problem? Hey, and you know she got a black people thing.
Yeah.
Look, why you think they're like take the stupid ass? I'm like, no. There's a high likelihood that you picked that because she's an Israelite. You see the cheeks on her face. She got Israelite, she got Mandingo blood in her. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, like we grew up in a time when we came up, we had a whole bunch of flatbacks. Now, like, what happened to all these flatbacks? Because they keep procreating with what, baby? That's why you got a lot of these Edomite women with fat ass. Because they're not really Edomite women. A lot of them are Israelite women. They're Mandingo blood. Alright?
Hey.
But he's saying what he's saying, thinking that he's going to like raise baby.
Nah, we got a whole bunch of Umar Johnsons up here.
Hey, we supposed to go to Umar Johnson. Why you mad with that pasty pink punani? Why you not dare you mad with that pasty pink punani? You know you gotta say it 3 times. Umar Johnson. How dare you play with that pasty pink punani? And this spiritual men out here.
Yeah.
You're not gonna raise beta.
Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12 from the top. For the word of Yahweh is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow. It is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart.
Yeah, absolutely. When we come out of the houses and the hedges, we have the scriptures. And it's all about what? It's all about the hearts and minds of the Israelite men. Right? And it's all about persuasion. That's why Paul spoke about persuasion. Right? I always talk about that. One of Paul's favorite words in his epistles was the word persuade. Right? Even the concept, I'm persuaded in you, I'm persuaded in this, I'm persuaded that every man be persuaded. We always use that word persuasion. Why? Because look at the word persuasion. It's very important. That's what we're here. We're here to persuade to the best of our ability through the spirit and power of Yahawashi. We're here to persuade the minds of the elect. That's our job. That's our sole duty. Right? See that brother, look at the brother Metro Action. Hey man, it's crime outside, brother. Jake, no man. Israel's everywhere. Israel's everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Israel no, man. Israel no. Let me get off. Michael.
Micah chapter 7, verse 10.
Man, remember some beautiful times, man. Like, and a lot of the hate, man, it's like watching the flower bloom, right? But if you drop the seed, you're like, damn, this ain't growing. And it's like, the seedy people drop by and show so much love like that, man. It's man, listen, it feels good, I ain't gonna lie. We ain't there yet, though, all the way, but man, it does, you can see a shift.
Yeah.
There's a shift in the spirit of Babylon. The spirit of Yahawashi is here. It's here, man. Just because they don't stand out here like we do, which they shouldn't. We're the prophets. All right, we're going to take all the heat. We're going to put our faces out there, right? We're going to take all the heat. But not all of Israel is prophets, right? Bring it up.
It's the book of Micah chapter 7 and verse 10.
Go ahead.
And she that is blind This is
Nah, that was that Tahoe right there.
that's so
Yeah, yeah. I still wrong. I thought that was Tahoe.
Book of Amos chapter 7 and verse 10, it says, and Amaziah the priest of Bethel sent to Jeroboam, king of Israel, saying, Amos had conspired against thee.
Yeah, he said Amos had conspired against, basically, there was kings beefing with prophets. You have wicked kings of Israel, and then when the prophets would come in and lay down the law spiritually, basically tell the truth and prophesy, that would be the prophets of the Lord will irritate the wicked kings. Right?
It says, I sent Jeroboam the king, saying, Amos hath conspired against thee in the midst of the house of Israel.
Right?
The land is not able to bear all of his words.
See that? It says the land is not able to bear all of his words. So one of the main reasons why you see Babylon's collapsing. Babylon's collapsing, why? Because the toy soldiers, right? The toy soldiers of Babylon. A lot of them, we talking about the elect, the hopeful elect, that used to be toy soldiers of Babylon, they're not putting in that same juice, right? An elect Israelite that used to be like, yeah, I'm gonna succeed, I'm gonna get a house, I'm gonna get a wife, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do this, he all of a sudden he listens to the truth, and he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna work this job, and I'm gonna get ready to get the fuck out of here. All those dreams and aspirations and investing in Babylon, they're not investing anymore. Right? So the toy soldiers are no longer operating the way that Esau wanted them to operate. So therefore, everything is slowing down. Jake is showing up at the job physically, but they're no longer at the job mentally and spiritually. A lot of Israelites are checked out. Now it's what? Now you see the economy is collapsing. The slaves are checking out. The thing that made this land wonderful and prosperous, right? The enslavement of the Israelite man, woman, and child, they checked out.
That plummets the economy of Babylon. You know, a lot of these stores that I know that I've seen growing up, a lot of them is foreclosure.
Man, brother, I noticed a major change. I remember growing up, every neighborhood was lit up with Christmas carols and shit, you know, fucking lights. And then I noticed that shit was down over the years. Now you go into a neighborhood, you might have 2 or 3 homes with that Christmas shit on. But most homes, they ain't fucking with that shit. You know what I'm saying? They ain't fucking with that shit. They realize, they're like, hold up, man. They got Santa Claus selling Mercedes-Benz. What the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? You see the fucking commercial every circle on Christmas. It's fucking Santa Claus selling Benz. Then they realize it's some commercial. Ain't no such thing as a Santa Claus. It's some bullshit, man. And then they look at us, and we already broken down the fact that Yahawashi was not born on December the 25th. He was born doing what? He was born, and Yahawashi was born during tax season. Why do you think Yahawashi was born during tax season? What is the thing about taxation? Slavery. That's how you know that when you're a slave, when you gotta pay taxes. That's why Yahawashi was born during tax season. Let me get that a look, right? That's why we here. That's why Yahawashi sent us in what? To proclaim the return of Yahawashi to deliver his people. All right? It's freedom to be saved. That's why he was born during tax season.
But there's Isaiah chapter 61 and verse 1. The Spirit of the Lord, power, is upon me, because the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He hath sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the openings of the prisons to them that are bound.
That's why if you're not talking about liberation, if you're not talking about the freedom and the salvation of the elect of the nation of Israel, what the fuck are you talking about? That's why these niggas out here call themselves Israelites and these different camps about debate. What the fuck we debating about? What are you talking about, man? We know what the devil's going to do. The devil's going to try to put a spark on you, which is the mark, it's the microchip. Now, if you don't believe it, you don't believe it. Then that means you're a slave to the tape. You're going to take it, and guess what? You're going to take it and you're going to be burnt up. Like it speaks on Revelation 14th chapter. You're going to get burnt up on fire. Why? Because you committed the ultimate act of idolatry. If you take the mark of the beast, the almighty microchip, you've committed the ultimate act of idolatry. Don't get us wrong. All of us have committed idolatry at some point in time, in this lifetime, right? And we have repented. Some of us are Christians, some of us believe in money. You know, there's certain things we all worship, meaning we all committed idolatry at some point in time. But then we repented. And now we're going to be faced with the ultimate act of idolatry, which is taking the mark of the beast, which is the almighty microchip. You take that, the Most High going to put you down.
For a minute you were saying that it was wrong, but brothers started to come around and realize that that definition is not necessarily wrong. But one of the things that the mark signifies the badge. And that badge is who you truly serve. If you take that mark, you don't truly serve the Lord. It's a badge that you serve the God of this world, which is Satan, which is the physical counterpart we saw here. It shows that you're truly in servitude to him. You know?
Absolutely. The thing is, you can't go around that. Now, you can talk your shit right now because the economy hasn't worked. Right, but we'll see. All that you talk about, this economy is getting ready to give out.
Yes, sir.
When it does, Esau is going to implement the microchip. And then you have no longer, you see, that's the thing with niggas, right? Until shit happens, niggas just talk shit. Right? You try to break it down, and it just would not get it. So you realize in Israel, the majority of Israelites, words mean nothing to them. They just got to see shit, man. They got to get hurt, man. That's what the scripture tells you, that Israel is rebellious people. That means, it doesn't mean that all of Israel, meaning now, although all of us have rebellious tendencies, but not all of us are fully entrenched to rebel against the Almighty. But the majority of us are. That's why it's called 2/3. They need to be hurt. Let me get Jeremiah 25.
Because Israel, always had that rebellious spirit. And it just reminds me of one of the elders' names on the day of the area. The elder Shah. Which his name means rebel, or rebel for what? Rebel for the Shah. But you have Israelites out there that that's rebellious towards the Lord, but we're rebellious towards Esau's system.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, of course, that's having no wisdom. The scripture tells you that the secret of wisdom is that the justice is. There's no one word that just goes one way.
Yeah.
Whatever word you see, you got to get your emotions out there and understand the lies of emotions, the lies of the doctrine, those are lies of the life.
Jeremiah chapter 25, verse 6. And go not after other gods to serve them and to worship them. And provoke me not to anger.
That's right. The Israelites right now, they're still bucking up. Still don't want to acknowledge that the marks of the beast is the microchip. You're provoking the Lord to anger. Meaning you want to see if the Lord is going to destroy your monkey ass. I'm taking that. You want the Lord to show you his power. And you better believe he will. You better believe he will. All right? Good.
And provoke me not to anger with the works of your hands.
Right.
And I will do you no hurt.
I will do what?
Do you no hurt.
Clearly Israel wants to be hurt. You know, it's like that woman. It's like typical of a woman, right? Typical of a woman. You notice a woman is usually attached to the man that hurts her, right? Like the man that's and it's so crazy how it works in a real relationship. This dude would be crying like, man, I gave her everything she wanted. I never put hands on her. I never yelled at her. Everything she asked for, I gave her. And she left me. Guess who she with? She went to the nigga that's stroking her.
Put her hands.
You know what I'm saying? Be like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the woman is. It's the feminine energy. The feminine energy is rebellion, is you need to get hurt, right? You need to get punished. And then that's what she's going to be attracted to. Women are attracted to men that lay down. They need to feel that hurt.
They'll even say it.
And that's the same thing with Israel. Israel, the majority of Israel want to get hurt. They're going to get hurt.
Yet ye have not hearkened unto me.
But you haven't listened. What?
Saith Yahweh, that ye might provoke me to anger with the works of your hands.
And you know it's crazy because ain't that exactly how we treated Yahawashi? Ain't that how we treated the Heavenly Father? The Heavenly Father crowned us from the beginning. And what do? We took it for granted. All you gotta do is read the book of Judges. We took it for granted. Yeah, we're the Israelites. We read all that. Therefore, we ain't gotta listen to you like that. You already chose us. We ain't had to work for it. That's what it tells you in Proverbs, what? An inheritance hastily. Look, that's what you're
Hastily got it, yeah.
You know, the inheritance, if you give a child something that he hasn't earned, he's going to take that for granted. That's why you got to make a child earn it. All right? Even if it's his, you still got to make him earn it. You got to make him work for it. You got to make him sweat and feel that pain. And Israel, we were crowned for birth. We were crowned for conception. And what did we do? We took it for granted. So the Lord had to keep letting us go into captivity.
That's what the scripture said. Give you the seal of the law. Absolutely. So, your mama, you got no right? You know, absolutely.
Look it up.
It's the book of Proverbs. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 20, verse 21. Right? You read, and an inheritance may be hastily gotten at the beginning, right? But the end thereof shall not be blessed. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 20, verse 21. Right? It says, an inheritance may be hastily gotten at the beginning.
Right. That's exactly what happened with us. From the get-go, Deuteronomy 76, the Lord told us that we were special. And everything belonged to us. And we didn't even earn it. That's the thing. Israel didn't earn this. Like, our inheritance was given to us. We didn't earn it. Guess what? Oh, we haven't earned it now, though. Oh, yeah, getting your ass handed to you. Right? Sitting back and watching your enemy, you know what I'm saying, like lay down with your woman. Destroy your whole family. Right? Take away your nationality. Like seeing all these curses put your ass in shit you do about it. Now, guess what we're doing? Now we earning that crown that was right from God. That's why we out here. That's why we out in the hours and the edges. We earning the crown that was already ours to begin with. But guess what? We only do what Yahawashi did. Yahawashi was always sitting on the right hand side of the Most High. The thing is, he still had to come down and earn the crown that was already his. That's the reason why we follow and we worship Yahawashi. Because he's not just some king that was just handed, right? Because you got these Israelites out here talking about, well, you're outside and sitting near the pedestal.
Yeah.
Why? The reason why they think like that because they think like, he was just giving them out. Nah, man.
Philippians 2.
He came down here and spent 33 years and it spent no legs. Think about that shit. Think about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like all these situations. You telling me the man was in this earth when he went like 33 years and he had spent no legs because he was thinking about the nation of Israel. He had to be sacrificed for a greater cause. And because what does that mean? I know, look at the world across the world. It applies to women.
Yeah.
But spiritually he was. He lay down with no woman. He did not commit sin. You know how hard that shit is? And then after doing all that, you like the reward that you give to your people, it's embarrassment. Do you understand that Yahawashi from the temple,
Yeah.
where he got the sentence, so when he got crucified, do you understand that that was not a long path? That was probably like 2 or 3, not like less than a mile, probably a mile and a half. So they could have gotten him from there and had him crucified, and it would have been quick work. But they said, nah, you want to go all over Jerusalem. You got to go through the ghettos. Everybody got to see you. Man, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. And he took that. And he was standing and talking about how outside not to be worshipped. You got a goddamn mind.
It's Luke chapter 4 and verse 25. It says, "My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from the Most High."
Most of these sects don't even want to be out the house. But fear the Father. I'm like, man, we ain't got no bad. We're not getting whooped. Ain't got a cross. We're not walking around with a cross, getting whooped and spit on in front of everybody in America. All we gotta do is stand there and preach the word. And Tick don't even want to do that. Don't feel embarrassed. But you're not gonna look at Yahawashi's achievement? Man.
It says, "For thine enemy have persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction, and thou shalt tread upon his neck.
That's right.
My delicate ones have gone rough ways, and were taken away as a flock caught of the enemy.
That's right.
Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto Yahweh, for ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you."
That's right. Quickly, Isaiah 41 and 2, go back. Isaiah 40, verse 1 and verse 2.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 40,
Starting at verse 1.
Comfort ye my people, saith your power.
That's right.
Speak ye comfortably to Jerusalem.
Yeah, man, assimilation to the Edomite lifestyle is not comfortable. All right? It's not the solution. Trying to be like the Edomites, trying to be a part of the system, is not the solution. It's not going to bring peace. There's a whole bunch of niggas that we see out here in this world that are famous. Right? Look at Jonathan Major. Nigga, you got to be, what's that? Or whatever his name is. What's the name of that character? Kang, the character, the Conqueror. You make money in Queens. Right? You're a famous Negro in America. And we see you running from a white woman. We see you running from the Edomite woman at night, nigga. And then she's chasing you, and you're gonna court and lose, nigga. And now you can't get a job with nobody else. You try to assimilate, and this is what you got. Nah, man. Hey, bro. Nah, man. We understand this assimilation shit ain't gonna work. And we don't want none of that shit, bro.
Nope.
We want our own kingdom to be established on earth, and it's not gonna be no damn democracy. Let me get that. You know what I want? Daniel 7. Yeah. Oh, you mean like he married that bitch? Nah, they're hanging out. Yeah, maybe good. Yeah, I believe so too. So he was out there crying about.
Oh yeah.
She's niggas you are, nigga, it's always a fine Negro in front of everybody, man.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
man.
We can never show strength.
God
We always
damn.
gotta be big as fuck and
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. Like the nigga Terry Crews. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man, cause you switching up from that eating like punani. You switching up to that big punani. All of a sudden, you all up in the chocolate making cut. I'm like, I don't know, nigga. Why you niggas when you go to that big punani, you don't really come back? We ain't stupid, bro. We ain't stupid. I'm not saying it's better. It's just you can get slightly better treatment, but then the Edomite woman can easily destroy you. Like, all she gotta do is cry, nigga, and you in death row. You know what I'm saying? Go on. You know that as a black man, you know, never make the white woman cry. That's death row. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean, because, you know, she was just lying. He was big, he was black, and he took me. It's over for you, bro. You gonna be like, hey, judge, I got proof. Look like, hey, that's a proud white woman. I'm not listening to you, niggas. And Marcus,
This is Daniel chapter 7, verse 18. Right? Says, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever.
right, it's not gonna be democracy. It's not gonna be some. Hey, Yahawashi, the king of the Israelites, is here, and he summons the Rothschilds at the table. Yeah, you know what I mean? Hey, Yahawashi is summoning the Rothschilds at the table to discuss deals and how they're gonna split the land. Fuck out of here. Let me get Daniel. He said the stone that crushed the 10 toes. Get that Daniel. Can you speak to the stone? No, you cannot. No, you cannot. Yeah, you know you
Islam.
cannot. You can speak to the stone ain't gonna speak back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why you see coming as a stone, crushing. You're not out here trying to discuss and have a democratic. Yahushua's not gonna have a democratic setting on a world stage.
Shit.
Yahushua sitting there all powerful with the angels, and then across to him some fucking Edomites that can't fight their way out of a wet paper bag. Discuss what?
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse 45. And it says, for as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hand,
Right.
and break it in pieces, the iron, the clay, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold,
Right.
the great God hath made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter, and the dream is interpretation of Peter. And it says, it's the book of Jeremiah, Daniel chapter 2, verse 44, and it says, in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to another people,
Right.
but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever.
Right, it's gonna break to pieces and consume all these things. Right? It says that Yahushua was saved with many crowns in his head. Well, if you know anything about ancient warfare, when you have many crowds in your head, that means you slay kings. Right? Meaning, guess what? You cut off heads. That's what kings used to do. Like, you know, they would come out to your land, defeat you, and the king defeat him, cut his head off, and grab his crown. Put it on their own head. Alright? Right? Right?
verse 45. Verse 45, and it says, for as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain which thou madest, and then break in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold. The great God had been known to the king, which shall come to pass hereafter, and the dream is certain, and the interpretation
Yeah, the dream is certain, the interpretation is short. That's the reason why we out. We're not out here just because we like to just be out here. We out here because the spirit compels us to be out here. Well, because the dream is short. This is going to happen. Like, this is going to happen. If we believe we have so much faith in it, then we're going to put our lives in hazardous situations. Right? And the reason why this is faith. All right? It's faith, man. Look at that. The thing that brings us out here is faith.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 1. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtained a good report. Through faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of Yahweh.
That's right, man. The word was framed by the word of Yahweh. That's what Yahweh gave the order. Things manifest. That's the way. That's how the Lord speaks basically. The Heavenly Father Yahweh speaks things into existence. Right?
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3 says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. It's a vision that is being spoken through the mouthpiece of the Lord's men, speaking the words of prophecy in the ears of the people. These things will come to pass in an appointed time. But it takes to have patience. Because like Luke 21:19 goes into, in your patience possesses you in your soul. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
Right. And the brother spoke about one side of it, the opposite spectrum is that are those who don't have the vision. The scriptures say that where there is no vision, the people perish. The only thing that's worse than a slave is a slave that doesn't know he's a slave. And a lot of our people think that they were they became free during the time of the Emancipation Proclamation. They don't understand that that was just a transfer of slavery. Right?
It was a transfer of ownership.
Yeah, transfer of ownership. And a lot of our people
It's added. Still got to talk about because the industrial age is moving in, right? The ESO moving away from the age of cotton, right? The agricultural age, right? We went from the agricultural age to the industrial age. So in the industrialization was happening with war. Right? That's why you had on the Vanderbilt. You ever been to Vanderbilt? That's again answer. The Vanderbilt, if you know about the Vanderbilt, Commodore Vanderbilt, they into railroads. You had the train track, railroads. But you need a workforce. Now, the problem is they didn't have enough workforce because some of the Indians were doing it, but they were still getting pushback from the rest of the Indians. The Indians were still fighting. Right? So they needed labor. So they're like, oh, well, you Edomites in the South, you still want to deal with cotton seed. They're like, hey, cracker, that's what they want to Edomite, because cracker really, they can talk about is what cracker, you have that, but also a cracker really is southern Edomite. A country, that country Edomite, that's a cracker, right? And that's why even within Esau, classes where the so-called high-level Edomite looks down to the southern Edomite, because they're part of the. So they're like, no, man, listen, we moving away from cotton. We need labor for this railroads and the world get what the world. It's still slavery. This is to get paid. doesn't mean that he's not a servant. He's a paid slave.
I was going to say that, you know, a lot of people don't even realize that Esau is trying to drag them further back into slavery with that circumcision. See? And that's really what it's all about. It's about total and full control.
You know why, right? Because with the microchip, one of the things with the microchip is going to do, not as if you're not getting taxed, but the microchip, you're going to get taxed. You know, listen, you take that microchip with every transaction you do, you're not going to pick and choose. Because right now, you know, when we engage with the government, because we know what the microchip is. And we need to know why the microchip is. Because Esau is just not putting the chip on you just because he feels like it. Esau took care of that the Bible teaches. Esau has what? Love of money, which is the root of all evil. So why is he putting, we know what, but why is he putting the chip at ownership? Why does he own it? Like, that's what people took low. Like, it's taxation. It's taxation. Like, right now, every time we engage with commerce, we pay taxes. But if you notice, although you're told, or you know, to do your taxes, not everybody does it. You see that? Although you warn, and the IRS will fucking collect you to death about how I'm going to take your shit, you know? And Esau's like, damn. We threaten you, motherfuckers, that we gonna take your shit, and you still won't show up and file your taxes. So now Esau's going, listen, you think you're gonna be fine? Once the microchip is established, there will no longer be a filing of taxes. That shit will be taken off immediately. You're gonna be taxed to death, man. They're gonna tax, and ain't shit you're gonna be able to do about it, man. You can make $5,000 as a worker with that microchip. By the time they deduct all the fucking taxes, you're gonna end up with $200. And ain't shit you can do about that, man. So again, it's a good thing to know what, but you need to know why. That's why it is the microchip. That's why it's the mark of the beast. Because it's the ultimate level of taxation.
This is Baruch chapter 3 and verse 8.
What?
It says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity,
What?
where thou hast scattered us, for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power.
That's right, man. It's all about taxation, man. That's what the ownership is about. It's about taxation. A man owns you when you work. And a man can just come and take your shit. That's ownership. Because you know, if anybody, if you had $100 sitting in your leg, and a stranger came into your house, say, oh, I'm taking that. You know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna knock your ass out. So how is it that you were not gonna let that motherfucker come into your house and take your money? But this dude can take your money because he owns you. That's why he can do that. That's why the mark of the beast is the microchip. It's the ultimate act of taxation.
Very, very deep. This is the verb of tax. I'm going to read it down on circa 1300. Impose a tax on, from Old French taxa, impose a tax, from the Latin taxare, evaluate, estimate, assess, handle, also censure, charge, probably a frequentative form of tangere, to touch, from the pi root tag, to touch and handle. And in the you know, everybody knows the microscopic tag.
You see what I'm saying? So understanding like you said that tax is the ultimate form of taxation. They're making it easier now. Everybody take their money. Yeah. And it's going to be on a world global level, right? And then now God is no way to take it. You don't get rid of concentration. You don't get rid of that. You either going to submit unto us, say uncle, nigga. All right, or you're not going to be a part of this system. There's no living in a bus. So when your house is like, you're going to serve God and mammon. You can't serve two masters, man. Like, we got this time of grace, and what are we about to do? And who you serving?
That is what the says that it's going to be with the you read Revelation 13, 16, and 15. And then I think it's the NASB or whatever. It says that they put out a decree. Read what a decree is, meaning the decree is going to be like, hey, commerce is going to take place via microchip. So that's the reason why we can't run around talking about, hey man, get your gold and get your silver. Get all the gold you want. If you get gold, if you get your gold, and the only transaction that will take place is through decree by law, is through microchips, they're not going to do business with you. If they do, they've committed a fucking crime. When all these cameras, they're going to be shut down. So you're going to show up to the store where the transactions are made through microchipping with your gold. Guess what's going to happen? The man at the counter, guess what he's going to do? He's going to call me. You know, we got one of them. We got one of them chip dudes. And mind you, at this time, all hands are breaking loose.
Yeah.
False flag operation. Iran is attacking America, Russia is attacking America. Anybody who doesn't want to take a microchip is a terrorist or an affiliate to terrorism. Anybody who doesn't want to do commerce with the microchip is a rebel. Call us immediately because they are enemies. This is not a fucking game, man.
That's why it also says buy or sell. We don't always talk about the buy part, oh, you're not going to be able to buy this or buy that, but you're not going to be able to sell too. So just like they said, that's why we have regulations now. If you fail the food inspection in your restaurant, they're going to take this shit away. You see what I'm saying? So if you have a fucking corner store bodega,
You did it yourself. All your items are going to be linked to your microchip. Think about it. All your goods are going to have a code number, right? Linked to your microchip number. Think about that. That's how they're going to know every item that you sold. Think about that level of control. Every brand, everything, every item will be coded, linked to your microchip. So they'll know how many sales you made a day for week. Man,
And also to add to that point, you can't say that, the microchip can't store that much information because you have cats out there that say that.
So let's say this loaf of bread is linked to the microchip that I have. If I sell you this bread, it better be sold to another person with a microchip. Because they're going to be like, well, what happened to that? It just got registered. Because they're going to be like, yo, it just got registered that bread got sold. Why is it that bread got sold to microchip, but not to another microchip? What the fuck happened to that bread? Man, bro.
We'll be able to do that via a blockchain.
Hell yeah.
Blockchain.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And all the information you get stored because you got services up there such as AWS Cloud.
Niggas like you out here selling breads for no microchip. You've been lost. It's not a game. The reason why we speaking like this in these details is the Lord is giving us, and we haven't even do it, but it's being revealed to us how this shit's going to end. What?
I was looking at Revelation 13 and 15 in the NASB 20.
All right.
It says, and you decree that no one will be able to buy or to sell.
It's a decree, it's a law.
Yeah.
So many commerce outside of the microchip will be made illegal. So it ain't about just, I ain't gonna drink a microchip, but I'm gonna have my gold and silver. Any commerce outside of the microchip is going to be decreed illegal. You're going to be a criminal for making transactions without using a microchip. Think about that. It's no fucking game, man. Didn't you sort of think about a bunch of people that's not gonna want the chip? You're gonna be deemed a criminal for not taking a microchip. and making transactions and participating in commerce. Any activity that you do in commerce will be named what? Black market. Anything black market is a crime if you get caught. We know that.
Well, he didn't have no problem labeling what's it called? Enemy against the state. Because what's it called? You just had the celebration of Hurricane Katrina. You look at the history of that. They threw those people in concentration camps with the businessmen. You know? And they even regard them as U.S. citizens. They had the same thing with World War II. When the Asians took the Asians out and then internment camps, pretty much concentration camps, you know? So they have no official
But Israelites, you simple Negroes, Hispanics, and natives, for some reason you don't believe that the devil's going to do this to you. I don't know how you don't believe that. Why wouldn't you believe that this man would do this to you? Like, nah, the white man ain't going to put us in concentration camps. Nigga, he put you in slave ships and packed you up like sardines and shit. What are you talking about? He would never do that.
It's 2024.
Oh, it's a different generation. No, it's a reincarnation. That raw, rugged spirit is going to come back and tell you that the serpent that fed the woman is going to turn back against him. Yep.
Daniel chapter 3, starting at verse 4, it says, Then an herald cried aloud, To you it is commanded, O people, nations, and languages, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the golden image of Nebuchadnezzar, the king hath set up. And whoso falleth not down and worshipeth shall the same hour be cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. So it was a decree back then in Babylon. No one do what we say, you're going to get hammered. You don't want to take this shit, you're going to get hammered. And it's a legislation because it came from the king. That's what the decree is.
Yeah, but they always have questions. Man, you fucking idiot. You think just because Esau plays democracy doesn't mean that he's not ruling with an iron fist. It's just that Esau is really smart. He understood that I could be a king without calling myself a king. I could be a king and pass laws. Right? As long as I don't call myself a king, because that's the main thing, right? The main thing is that Esau realized people just don't want you to say, hey, I'm a king.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you can manage to be a king without saying you're a king, right? Without acting like you can rule from the saddle, like, you know, okay, they just don't want you to come out and say, hey, I'm the world child and I'm a king. Because then people be like, no, we got pitchforks. That ain't shit, that shit ain't gonna work. Wear suits, sit there and talk about parliament debates and you got politics and voting. You know you already chosen who's gonna like be the president. Like, as long as you play that game, the people will play the game with you. And they believe they will. But if you come on and say, I'm a king, it's gonna be problem. But the thing is, now we coming to a time where at least gonna come out and say, oh yeah, I'm a king. That's why you're gonna have the presence. You're gonna have the presence of even people that don't believe, even some of the nations are not gonna want to take the microchip. They're not gonna take the microchip, not because they believe in Yahawashi, you know what I'm saying? It's just that the nation will be like, that's some G shit right here. I ain't singing that shit. The fucking Elamite will be like, hey man, Buddha is my king. I don't give a fuck about that shit. Well, Esau will be like, well, give it to me. And that Elamite is gonna die with the microchip, not because he believes in Yahawashi, you know what I'm saying? It's just that he knows that's some fucking G shit. That's some oppressive shit. Alright?
So this real quick. Esau has laws put in place so that whenever he's ready to pull the string, he can quote unquote justify himself. You got a lot of people who are patriotic, who believe in the Constitution, and they think that certain things are unconstitutional. But that's why Esau has the martial law set up. I believe martial law actually goes back to the habeas corpus, which basically means that if there's a state of emergency, Esau can do whatever the hell he wants.
The executive branch takes over.
And the thing is that we understand how Esau operates, all right? he uses the method of auto-add chaos. He creates the chaos. So he's going to create the chaos in order to implement that martial law so he can do whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, because human beings are more susceptible to assignments through a state of fear.
Yeah.
That's just human nature. The state of fear, when fear comes in, you panic and you pick. You just listen to orders to survive. But Esau, I got the answer.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, that's how Esau's a fucking listen. Esau's a damn genius. That's why we don't take Esau, we take Esau seriously. Alright? You be a fool not to take the so-called white man seriously. So-called white man, the devil, the Edomites, they are really like, when it comes to, they're right behind us. They're right there with us. You know, you take them, if you don't take them seriously, they will destroy you. But the thing is that Jake has a way of not taking Esau seriously because Esau is physically weak. I'll tell you what, who's the most dangerous creature on the planet? It's not the lion. It's that snake. You gotta know that.
Yeah.
You walk around grass, like, you always thinking. You know? Think about it. And you can step on that motherfucker right there anytime. But you thinking, yeah, that little motherfucker could bite me, and within minutes, I'm out. There's no head above the head of the serpent. But you know why, right? Because it's stubborn. So the snake is always in the mindset of survival because he knows the weakness. He knows that he is so exposed in the weakness in his brain and his body that he has to use that better. He has to be smart. He has to be ahead of everybody. That's the mindset of the evil. He's like, I don't want to go fist the out with you.
Yeah.
Look at the way you're built. You niggas are with muscles all like in the neck and shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go to war with you like that. You're like, look at you native. You organics. North American Indians and Seminole Indians. You can run for hours non-stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. And he's looking at Ephraim, the northern tribe. He going to Aztecs. They were jumping over the trees. Like, you can't keep up with that. So he's like, hey, just remember, that's where you get the word, the jackal, right? The jackal, people think that the king of the animals is the lion. But if you know the king of the jungle is the jackal. If you're not Geo, you learn that. Like, damn. And you realize the king of the jungle is the jackal. You go into the jungle got the Amazon River, the North American, the northern tribe, so-called Ephraim, so-called Hispanics. Their athleticism, the way they move is crazy. Esau's like, I'm not dealing with that. I need something to take these Israelites down from a distance. That's when the Lord gave him the blessing of the sword called the projectile or the gun.
But the word prestigious, which we saw professor, goes into practicing illusions or magic, juggling, deluding, deceptive, to blind or blindfold, or mark as obsolete. And you know, that part right there, marked as obsolete, goes into what truly the characteristics of what we saw next. The Lord has cast them out, or torn them down to a point where we should not be accepted.
Well, I mean, because Esau does act, the Edomites, they act prestigious, they act high class. But then every so often you get on the news and they're talking about an Edomite was fucking a horse. Or an Edomite woman is fucking a dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, you're supposed to be high class. Are you supposed to be this high level? You fucking horses? Come on, man. We can't trust you amongst animals. We talking about this technological, we got iPhones, we got all this technology and all that. You have all this technology and you having sex with a horse. Nah, man, that's your true nature. A low life skunk. Last piece
Basis of all men.
This is the book of Psalms, 94:20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law?
Right, mischief by law. That's what we're talking about. Esau, before Esau commits evil or wickedness, he has to set up a law that allows him to do that. Because then you can't call him wicked because you'll say, well, that's remember, if you do things according to the law, that's righteous. Now, if the law itself is wicked, then whatever you do, you can say, well, yeah, man. Yeah, because you can't bring him to court. If you bring him to court, didn't we all agree that the law is righteous? I remember when I had my issue with the court Esau system, I went to a lawyer and I saw a cup. And that cup was facing me and I read that. The cup said, a good lawyer knows the law. A great lawyer, judge. You motherfuckers.
And that was
That's when I was like, that's when he gave the price, took the money out of my pocket, saved me like,
It's Psalm chapter 50 and verse 21. It says, these things thou hast done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself. But I will reprove thee and set thee in order before thine eyes. Now consider this, ye that forget the Most High, lest I tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver you.
that's right, man.
It says, whoso offereth praise glorified me, and to him that ordereth his conversation aright, will I shew the salvation of the Most High.
That's right, man. And that's facts, and that's why we out here. We believe that wholeheartedly. That's why we come to the house of the edge. We come to the spirit of God, the shop, man. With that, we're going to close out and say, Allah.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakodash.
Close to heavenly Father's name is Yahweh. The Son's name is Yahawashi. We give a double honor to our apostles, elders, great ministers, and our teachers, the mentors, the masters, and honor and salutation to all your sincere brothers. And the people that do listen, across the four ways, stay strong, stay faithful.
Shalom.